Prague at midnight. The cobblestone streets of Prague gleamed under the soft glow of the full moon, casting long shadows across the centuries-old buildings. In the crisp, autumn air, the city's charm was undeniable. Narrow alleys twisted through the heart of Old Town, leading to the iconic Charles Bridge, which stretched across the Vltava River. At this hour, most tourists had retreated to their hotels, and the city was left to the locals, and a handful of souls seeking something deeper. Sofia, a 27-year-old artist from Spain, had always dreamed of visiting Prague. She had been drawn by the city's history, art, and mystique, but most of all by the legends that seemed to seep from every corner. Tonight, as the clock approached midnight, she found herself wandering alone, mesmerized by the blend of Gothic and Baroque architecture. Her footsteps echoed as she made her way to the bridge, her favorite spot in the city. Standing on Charles Bridge, she gazed at the gentle ripples of the river below. Statues of saints lined the edges of the bridge, their stony expressions watching over the city for hundreds of years. Sofia had come here every night since arriving in Prague, hoping to capture the perfect scene for her next painting. Yet something always eluded her, a sense of completion, of understanding. The city seemed to whisper secrets, but she couldn't quite grasp them. As she leaned against the cold stone railing, she heard soft footsteps approaching. Turning her head, she saw a man about her age, dressed in a long coat and scarf, his dark hair slightly tousled by the breeze. He looked like he belonged in this place, as if he had stepped out of a different time. Their eyes met, and he smiled, a warm, kind smile that felt oddly familiar. "Beautiful night, isn't it?" he said, his accent faintly Czech but perfectly clear. Sofia nodded, unable to tear her gaze away from his. "It is. There's something magical about Prague at night." He stepped closer, still keeping a respectful distance. "You're not from here, are you?" "No, I'm from Spain, but Prague feels like home in a strange way," she admitted, surprised by her own words. She hadn't realized how much the city had captivated her. He chuckled softly. "I understand. Prague has that effect on people. My name is Tomas." "I'm Sofia," she replied, extending her hand. His grip was firm but gentle, and there was an air of quiet confidence about him. They stood in comfortable silence for a moment, watching the river flow beneath them. The only sounds were the distant hum of the city and the occasional splash of water against the bridge's supports. "You know," Tomas began, "there's a legend about this bridge. It's said that if you stand here at midnight, under a full moon, you can make a wish, and the spirits of the city will hear it. But only if your heart is truly open." Sofia smiled, intrigued. "And have you ever made a wish?" Tomas glanced at her, his expression thoughtful. "Not yet, but tonight feels different." The clock in the old town square began to chime, signaling the approach of midnight. Sofia felt a shiver of anticipation run down her spine. She had always been a dreamer, someone who believed in the power of moments like this. She closed her eyes, breathing in the cool night air, and silently made her wish for inspiration, for love, for a sense of belonging. When she opened her eyes, Tomas was watching her closely, his gaze intense yet kind. "What did you wish for?" She hesitated, then decided to be honest. "I wish to find something that feels real, something I've been searching for but haven't quite found." Tomas nodded as if he understood perfectly. "And I wish to meet someone who understands this city as deeply as I do." Sofia felt her heart skip a beat. There was something profound in his words, something that resonated with her own experience. They stood there for a moment, neither speaking, but the connection between them was undeniable. It was as if the city itself had conspired to bring them together. "Do you want to see something?" Tomas asked suddenly, a playful glint in his eye. Sofia raised an eyebrow. "What do you have in mind?" He gestured toward the far side of the bridge. "There's a hidden garden not far from here. Most people don't know about it, but it's one of the most peaceful places in the city. Perfect for someone looking for inspiration." Sofia hesitated for a second, but there was something about Tomas that made her feel at ease, as though she had known him for much longer than just a few minutes. "Lead the way," she said with a smile. They walked through the quiet streets, Tomas guiding her with the ease of someone who knew every corner of the city. After a few turns, they reached a small gate hidden behind a row of trees. Tomas pushed it open, and they stepped into a lush, overgrown garden bathed in the soft glow of the moon. "This is incredible," Sofia whispered, marveling at the beauty of the place. It felt like they had stepped into a forgotten world, untouched by time. "I come here when I need to think," Tomas said, sitting on a stone bench beneath a towering oak tree. "It's my sanctuary." Sofia joined him, feeling a sense of calm wash over her. The city, with all its noise and chaos, felt miles away. Here, in this hidden garden, everything seemed simpler, more real. For the next hour, they talked about their lives, their dreams, and the things that mattered most to them. Sofia learned that Tomas was a writer, struggling to finish his latest novel. He, in turn, listened intently as she spoke about her own creative journey, the frustrations she had faced, and the deep longing she had for something more. As the night wore on, Sofia realized that she had found exactly what she had wished for. In Tomas, she had discovered not only a kindred spirit, but also the inspiration she had been searching for. And in that moment, under the midnight sky, she knew that Prague had indeed granted her wish.
Thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, and share our channel Magic Mingle with your friends to enjoy more magical stories.